What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Wednesday. Friendly reminder, I do this every day. So if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. It's a no-brainer. I basically am a money printing machine at this point, coming off another winning day here. You guys can see on the bottom of the screen, we're on a 20-7 college basketball run just since last Sunday. I mean, just over a week's time here. 20-7, that's 74%. That is a world-class number. And a couple of those picks were 3-unit plays just this week, just over the past 2 days. We had a 1-0 day yesterday with a 3-unit hit on Texas Tech. Today, we are 3-1 up 2 units. So just printing money. Guys, $30? Look, I'm not a salesman. I'm not a scam artist. I hope some of the members here on the channel will leave some comments below for everyone to read. Members, let everyone know, are you satisfied? Do you feel like your purchase was worth it? Because think of this. Let's say you don't bet a lot of money. Let's say you only bet $10 as a unit. If you join my channel just a couple days ago, you'd be up 5 units. That's $50. You would have already paid for your $30 subscription, and you'd be up $20, and you'd have a whole month ahead of you. If you're betting $100 a unit, which is pretty typical for people that actually pay for picks, that's $500 in 2 days. 20-7 run with some 3-unit plays. I'm making people thousands of dollars for $30 a month, and that $30 a month, that price is a limited time. It's gonna go up, guys. I will put out a public video if and when I do decide to change it. I'm not going to make it a crazy amount. People are on here. You go to Wager Talk, you go to Sports Cappers, you go to Pick Dogs, you go to any of these much larger platforms, and you go to their best people on the website to just even purchase their picks for like a weekend. They're charging you hundreds of dollars. If these people are selling just their best bet of the day, one single wager for $20-$30. So you get me. A money printing machine in college basketball for $30 for an entire month. I would strongly say, I can't even suggest enough to hop on that right now. Grab it while it's $30. Please start making money. College basketball, we are crushing it. I got some more numbers here, and we are at the 3-minute mark of this video. So let me make this really quick. The only reason why I like to read this stuff off to you guys really quick in the beginning of my videos, even if they're losses, I do want to read you the data just super quick so you know what's going on. I'm transparent. I'm a real one. I do this to pay my bills. I'm not rich. I've been up. I've been down. I've been through it all. These are our last like 10 days. A 1-0 day, a 1-0 day, 4-1, 4-0, 0-1, 1-0, 4-5, 1-2, 1-0, 3-1. That's only 3 losing days in the last 10. 7 of the last 10 are winning days, 20-7 overall. That's 74% winning rate. We have some 3-unit hits in there. What the fuck are you doing? I mean, it's comical. $30 a month, and people hesitate. Look, let's get into Wednesday. Wednesday's another awesome slate. Last Wednesday, we went 4-0. Last Tuesday and Wednesday combined, we're 8-1. So my Tuesdays and my Wednesdays are doing really good this time of year. Let's get into these games. There's a bunch of them. Ooh, New Mexico is up on Nevada. Almost went with them. I was tempted to throw in New Mexico tonight. Just couldn't quite get there because it was a road game, but it does look like they're going to end up covering. They were a very small underdog. Interesting. Wednesday, 6:30. What do we got here? Michigan at Penn State. Boy, this is interesting because I've said recently that I think Penn State starting to overachieve, maybe just a little bit. But here they are at home. Michigan State off that monster Illinois game, right? So Michigan State better at home. They do have some decent road wins. Penn State at home. Spreads 3.5. Is Penn State a live underdog in this situation? Penn State money line at plus 136. I don't think I can lay 3.5 here with Michigan State, even though they're the better team, just situationally off of their last game. Penn State kind of gaining momentum here. God, you know people are going to bet Michigan State because the spread's only 3.5, and that looks super inviting. I think I gotta lean Penn State catching 3.5. I think I'd lean taking the points here. I hate to say it, but is what it is. Money's money. Georgia Tech at Notre Dame. This is very interesting. Georgia Tech's a dog. We've seen Georgia Tech knock off UNC. We've seen them be competitive over Pitt, some other spots. 3.5 point dog at Notre Dame. I think you have to lay the points. I think you just got to think like an odds maker. I think you just have Georgia Tech is the better team here, but a 3.5 point underdog makes no sense. Notre Dame is not good. I think you just have to do it. You just got to hold your nose and close your eyes and lay the points with Notre Dame here. I think they'll find a way to get it done. What else we got here? 7:00 game, Miami and Clemson. Boy, Miami is they're just a wild card. What do you get? They just completely fall flat in some games, and other games they look like they could be a Final Four team again. I mean, what do we get with Miami? They're catching 7.5 on the road at Clemson. My initial gut feeling, just simply reading that line, just simply looking at it and seeing Miami plus 7.5, my initial feeling is to take the 7.5 with Miami. We've seen Clemson play good. Miami's a public underdog right now. 59% of bets and 66% of money is on Miami. And yet Clemson's favored 7.5. Why is the line so high? I feel like this should have been 4.5, maybe 5, 7.5. You're going to give me 7.5 with Miami. I think you got to look at Clemson because of that. That line just stinks. Miami getting 7.5 just seems way too easy, and the public is on them. You never want to bet on a public underdog. I recommend just not touching this game. That is an odd spread. It's something seems weird. It just has a Clemson 9-point win written all over it. I recommend staying off that game. If Miami wins the game outright, I'm not shocked at all. If Clemson wins by 10, I'm not shocked at all. There's no way you can bet on something like that. If it was Clemson at Miami, sure, I'll take the points, but weird game, weird stuff here. Xavier goes to Seton Hall tomorrow at 7:00. You got to look at Seton Hall here. They've kind of fallen off. They've lost some games recently. Xavier is kind of much better at home. The spread's only 1.5. Yeah, give me Seton Hall here. Money line play. I'm not going to mess with the spread of 1.5. Seton Hall on the money line is minus 134. That's what I would recommend in this game. What else we got here on a Wednesday? Detroit Mercy in there, Chicago State in there. Don't really have an opinion. The lines are weird. American at Navy, no opinion there. Furman land 22.5 at home. I just can't give an opinion on something like that. Iowa at Maryland is interesting. Maryland really underachieving. They got the players. They should be pretty decent. Iowa's much better at home. Much, much, much better at home. 4.5. You got to look at Maryland here. Maybe look at Maryland in the first half alone. Do we fully trust Maryland to close the game out? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe look at Maryland first half. Maybe look at Maryland for the full game. Here's a big game. Here's probably the biggest game of the night. South Carolina, number 11, South Carolina on the road at Auburn. They're catching 11.5. 11.5, and the public is all over it. 84% of bets. Now, guys, it's Tuesday night. Well, technically, it's fucking Wednesday morning. It's 2 minutes after midnight. Technically, with the early money, 84% of it, 84% of bets and 78% of money is on South Carolina. People are jumping all over this public underdog. I really want to see how this market develops. If I wake up tomorrow, if by the afternoon it's down to 9.5, 8.5, and the markets are really reacting to that money coming in on South Carolina, sure, I'll take the dog. But if people just continue to pour in money and dollars and all this action comes in on South Carolina and Auburn's still favored like 10 or 11 tomorrow, I see a repeat of the Alabama game. I see a big, comfortable blowout win for Auburn here. Again, Auburn's been money in the first half. If you don't want to lay a huge number of 11.5, maybe look at Auburn off of a bad, embarrassing loss to Florida. Maybe look at Auburn just to cover the first half. Interesting. UConn at DePaul, no opinion there. Too big of a spread. UConn probably doesn't care about the game. They might sleepwalk through it, and DePaul might cover. Not interested. Tennessee at Arkansas, again, not really interested. Tennessee's the better team. They're going to get the win. But what are we doing with Arkansas? This is either like a 40-point win for Tennessee, or it's going to be damn near an upset. I just don't know what we're getting out of Arkansas at this point in the year. I'm not interested in betting any game that involves a team with such, inconsistency. No thanks. Maybe use Tennessee as a leg in a money line parlay at minus 450. I don't know. Oregon State at Arizona State, some bottom feeders of the Pac-12. Just not worth your money, in my opinion. It's just flat out not worth it. I lean Arizona State at home. Are they going to get backdoored at 6.5? A buzzer at a 3-pointer at the buzzer, something weird to cover the 6.5? I don't know. Will Oregon State show up and win the game outright? They could. They're just bottom feeders of a bad conference. Don't just wait. Just don't force. Have some discipline. If you don't love a bet, don't bet it just to have some action. You're going to, Saturday's going to come around. There's going to be all these amazing games on Saturday. You're going to be like, God damn it. Why did I bet on like a Friday night game? Or why did I bet Oregon State and Arizona State on Wednesday? That was so dumb. I wish I had my money back to bet on Saturday. Utah State at Wyoming. Another crazy spot here. I would like Utah State if it was home. Now they're on the road, laying 7.5. Gut feeling, too many points. Not by much, but barely. I'm going to lean Wyoming catching the points here at home. But it's tough. Utah State's a good team. I don't know. UNLV and Fresno is another one. It's just like, God, what do you do here? I think Fresno might be able to pull off even an upset. It's a late night game. People might be on UNLV. Give me the 4.5 points with Fresno State at home. I hope it's enough. Maybe they pull the upset out. And that's Wednesday, guys. Wednesday, there's some decent games in there. There's 2 or 3 solid ones. I already did post a play for members, a strong play, a full 1-unit play. A majority of my plays are half unit. The 3 units are rare. We are undefeated on 3-unit college basketball plays this year, but I got a full unit play out tomorrow on a game on a spread. Become a member. Stop messing around. Honestly, this is no gimmick. I'm not a salesman. Please look in the comments. Please take it from other members. Use their opinion. Use their transparency. You see the tickets I post on here. I give you guys my post-it notes with my data and everything I've been doing for 10, 12 days. I don't know what else to say. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not a scam artist. I come on here every day because I love college basketball. I'm up until 4 a.m. I look at all these games. I crunch data. I look at numbers. I look at trends. I look at statistics. I'm in love with these games. I watch replays of games. I watch a game over twice to just see if I missed anything. I'm putting the effort in, and I'm winning thousands of dollars. For $30 a month, you can be on board with me. That is an unbelievable bargain, especially going into March here, guys. The bracket coming up, the tournament coming up. I'm going to have some future plays, teams I think will make it to the Final Four. The value that I'm giving away just because I'm in the early stages of social media is crazy. If I had 10, 20,000 followers, which I will have in the future based on my winning percentage, to get a month of my picks is going to be thousands of dollars. And that's just the way it is. I'm just not going to undersell myself. I know the market value. I know what professionals that have been doing it for 30 years charge. Whatever. My percentages in terms of winning bets is better than them. Take advantage while I'm, not a household name yet. Maybe someday I'll be in Vegas and, we can really do this on a big level. Appreciate you guys watching today. Make sure you drop a like on today's video before you exit out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.